Hello, everyone. Welcome again to another episode of the Backyard Sportscenter podcast. I'm your host, Natastic28. Today, I am here with Mattitude. How are you doing tonight?
What's going on, Nate? Thanks for having me, man. Awesome.
Yeah, love to have you on. First thing, I know it's not the main, meat and potatoes of what we're going to be talking about on this episode, but I couldn't not ask you about the online season that you had and your incredible playoff run that almost made it to the World Series.
Almost got there. Yeah, it's not the meat and potatoes. This is the salad appetizer to talk about the online season.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had an absolute blast playing that. I've told you the story. My brother and I played a bunch growing up, and one day last year we thought to ourselves, can we play this right now online against each other? And we happened upon to the league, and that was it. And I appreciate the kind words about my team. We played solid defense throughout the year and started coming alive at the end. Got really excited, got really into it, and then of course met some killer bats that just crushed me out of the playoffs. A little brotherly revenge, I think. But hats off to him and Hunt as well as and everyone else. And I appreciate you guys so much. It was absolutely so much fun. So stoked to be a part of it. Now I'm all in on the rBBL and ready for the next online season too. But yeah, love my Brewers, love my Kenny Kawaguchi, my Ken Griffey, my two Kens. And they'll be back next year too, hopefully.
Yeah, I think we got a brother rivalry.
We do. There's
forming between you and Benjamin, your brother, and then Killer Bat and Mulligan.
Yeah, it's awesome. I hope we're all in it next season doing a Bash Brothers rivalry. This should be some good fun. And my brother's better than me, so watch out, everyone.
Speaking of your brother, I was looking at someone you made this entire spreadsheet about your playing each other or different series you had, or I don't know exactly what you can explain.
Yeah.
Or because I just briefly looked at what it all was about.
Well, that was, I think he posted it somewhere. And it's just kind of funny because that was what we were doing before we joined the league, when we first discovered that, the online was there and created by this great community. And we made our own season. And when you say spreadsheet, don't think about the absolutely gorgeous spreadsheets we have in rBBL and the online league. It's not quite as nice as that, to say the least. In fact, it's a complete mess, but it's pretty funny to look at. And yeah, that's what we were doing. We were playing each other mini seasons. He beat me, I think, 32 out of 50 or better than that. And we recorded it down. We had the stats. We picked our MVPs. Had some special awards. So we were doing our thing, and then we found you guys, this wonderful community. So we wanted to share that what we were doing before. We're spoiled with what we're provided.
Yeah, I was impressed by all the games you guys were playing. That was a lot of games.
We were, and I don't know what we did. We had all these systems going on of how we would pick our team. So we did random, not by the lovely Prince Rupert, but just by telling each other where to click our cursors. And we had strict rules of if you threw a ball, then the next pitch thrown, the batter got to choose what you were throwing and where you were throwing it. So it was our own little system.
That is an interesting rule.
Yeah, that was one of them.
I'm wondering how people would think about that.
It's really an offense-focused thing. So I guess, it's kind of depends what you're feeling. Really fun exhibition mode of, if you throw that ball, that's going to be a penalty. And it really gives the good eye a huge benefit. So and accounted for some more runs than the online league typically.
So would I be correct in assuming that there was a lot less corner pitching?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we were doing corner pitching still, but we had to be careful. It's more, if we were going for strikeouts, it was more throwing off the batter rather than pounding the corners. Because, we pound those corners, you get a ball, that's trouble.
That might be an interesting, it might be a little bit hard to do as far as the timing of it, but that is a very interesting, that makes my rules brain kind of turn the gears in my head kind of turn about that.
Yeah. It wasn't a perfect system. It was fun though, and I had fun. I mean, I got my ass kicked by my brother, but it was a fun system.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But moving on to the actual the meat and potatoes that we're going to talk about, we are going to be going over week 1 of the 2001 league for the season 10 of the rBBL. For those of you that are not aware, this season, because we had so many people sign up, we had to split. We had too many people to have just everyone in one league. So we have 2 leagues. One for the 2001 version of the game and one for the 2003 version of the game. Each with having 22 teams in it, and each team has their own draft of their own team and has their own home field and defensive arrangement and all that sort of thing. So I'm bringing up the 2001 schedule tab on the spreadsheet, and I'm trying to find, as far as your game, you were playing the Mets and Wizard for game number 1. How did that game go?
Well, his name represents it. That his team had some magic against me, the magical spells. Wizards met. I think he got 3, I want to say it's 3 homers or 2 or 3 homers off me at Steele, at my own man Ernie's home field. And, I think my team only won 8-7, and I think he beat me by 5. So, I'm not too upset about losing the first game. I had a blast playing, had a real rough pitching outing. My pitching red carpet performance, it wasn't the best premiere for Angela, but had a lot of fun. But what makes me really upset is that Ernie Steele didn't get a hit for me in his rBBL debut. My favorite player. Didn't have him on my online team. He got drafted earlier than I thought. Didn't let him go in the rBBL draft. Snagged him, and he went hitless in game 1. You can see, Nate, how this is important to me.
Ernie Steele went hitless.
Ernie Steele. Yeah, my favorite player.
I did not know that Ernie Steele was your favorite player.
He is, and I've got a lovely watercolor from Jibbo, and he says, "Put your hard hats on," and that's a special quote for my brother and I. But yeah, my players might have put their hard hats on, but they let off 7 runs, so it was a rough debut, learning curve, I think. Definitely interesting coming from playing online against my brother and the league, and then jumping in against the computer and learning those ways. I drafted with my heart with these white cubs, the polar bears as we call them in the Christmas division. Yeah, you guys got to give me advice. I left 7 runs in my first game. Still had my 2 homers with Griffey though. I'll say that.
So you got Ken Griffey Jr., you got Ahmed, Vlad Guerrero, Jason Kendall, Amir Khan, Ernie Steele, Angelo Delvecchio, Jason Giambi, and Johnny Omar. The first thing that kind of jumps out to me is just the offense.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of power, a lot of home runs. Steel Stadium makes sense as far as, what you're going for as far as, your team composition. Not everyone can play Wolf Angelo. That's kind of a theme that I've kind of, noticed as far as for both online and for rBBL. Some people can play really well with her, and some people, not the best.
Mm.
Both with pitching and hitting.
Yeah. Yeah, to be honest, I don't have much experience pitching with her in online or against my brother, and maybe that was a big struggle. I guess I thought I was trying to hit the corners, but I do feel confident hitting with her. I usually love it. I think I got it up here too. I went 1 for 3. I didn't get much with her going, but that'll be interesting. I didn't really know that it was kind of she kind of goes both ways, hit or miss, huh? Because I remember she was available pretty late, and I figured that was because of her bad defense.
Yeah, as far as the AI.
Yeah.
Angela is very much a liability when it comes to the computer part of it. But then again, not everyone knows how to exploit her as well. It really depends on, how well you can, try to get those hits and try to hit it towards her, depending on where she is. And sometimes that's easier said than done.
We'll see how it plays out. If she can stay in at pitcher for as long as possible, that'd be great.
But you did hit those. You hit 2 home runs with Griffey, so that's a really good start for Griffey's MVP campaign.
He's vying for it wherever he goes. 01, 03 online. Yeah, thank you. I was happy to do that. Ahmed, I got one, but Amir kind of disappointed me a little bit in game one. I didn't get his timing too well. But I wanted a little bit more than 3 at Steele in my debut. Hopefully I'll get some more later. But got to give it to the Wizard that Sammy Sosa knocked one and got a couple other deep hits.
I mean, you did score 8 runs, which is. I mean, I'm sure you wanted a lot more than that, but it's a solid score as far as your first rBBL game, or first. Well, I don't remember which one you played first or not, but your first week of it.
Oh, right. Yeah, I did play my 03 first, but yeah, first week in both. And it's great. I really appreciate being able to have 2 teams. That's very nice to offer it to some of us. And I'm just, ever since jumping into online last year, just going at it hard. And happy to have multiple Griffey moments per week.
The more Griffey homers, the better.
Yeah.
Except when you're playing me.
Except when I'm playing you. Or apparently when I'm at Tin Can Alley, I didn't get a single homer with him. I doubles all day.
Yeah, then you get all those weird glitches on top of the truck.
Let me just make a note, though, Nate, when we play each other, just going to keep that in mind so I give extra prayers to the Griffey Shrine before I play you.
Yeah, I don't know what week that would be, or if we play or whatever. We'll have to figure that out later.
Well, he's waiting there in both leagues, so wherever you are.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at least in one of the leagues that you'll end up playing me. So since we are looking at the National League, which is what your team is in the 01 league, I'm just gonna start with go from the right side of the spreadsheet and then go to the left, if that's okay with you.
Mm-hmm.
The furthest more on the right is Ura's Green Monsters winning against the Bombers 5-3. I remember I was watching Jaker's game. He hit a walk-off 3-run home run with I believe it was Ronnie or Ronnie Clone. I think it was Ronnie.
And that sealed it?
Yeah, Ekman. That was what won it for him as far as on his side.
Well, I'm a huge Ronnie fan, so I saw that in the chat. A single tear shed down my cheek.
Ronnie and the Ronnie clones really have a lot of people like them.
Yeah, I haven't played with the clones. Maybe I should give them a shot next time and some later. But I'm a big Dobbs fan. Yeah,
I don't exactly know too much, but I know that the.
Oh wait, it was Dobbs, right? It was Dobbs. I see a home run there for Jake, the Bombers.
So yeah, it was Ronnie that hit that home run. Okay, I wasn't entirely certain about his roster, for which one it was.
Yeah, I wish I caught that. Nothing I like more than seeing a Ronnie walk off.
As far as Ura's side, it looks like Jay Green had the star performance, hitting 2 homers, 2 RBIs, so it must have been 2 solo shots, and 3 runs scored.
Oh, and what was that last name again?
Jay Green.
Oh, okay. Just double checking on that last name.
Well, actually, on this spreadsheet,
He's got
all the 7 other players have the wrong last name.
Something's going on there.
I don't know who all these players are, but last time I checked, every single player had the last name of Green. So I don't know who this Markard or Thorner Donato last name is going on here. The spreadsheet, something's going on here.
Yeah, there's something. I got to tell you, as a Padres fan, Tony Gwynn. I've got when I play the Green Monsters. What a team!
Yeah.
One of my favorites, Bobby Bull Green.
Yeah, and Barrett Greenwald.
Greenwalds, yeah.
Yeah, some of the kind of like meme teams are really just fun to play around if especially if you have like 2 teams that you drafted. A lot of people, sometimes people just take one more seriously, and the other kind of just, oh, here's a fun team that kind of sounds interesting.
I love it. Going into the draft, my brother and I were saying how much fun the draft was, just doing that. And we were drafting kind of with our hearts, with our favorite players. And you can definitely tell that with my polar bear white Cubs there. But I loved watching the draft play out and slowly finding out a couple of those meme teams. You know, the greens or the tall boys and girls, and that's I didn't even think about that element. And I shout out to the folks that did that. That's really fun. I'm already thinking about next season.
Yeah, I've personally I've never done a kind of like a meme team kind of or like a themed draft,
Yeah,
but something that I might have to look into, especially if I can have two teams again.
yeah. I never thought about it, and we'll see if they can compete. I'm excited. I just gotta think about how Ken Griffey can fit into a meme team for me. That's is number one priority.
Just watch, someone's gonna snipe him from you.
Yeah. Now they know. Now they all know.
Now everyone knows. Next up, we got my Braves against Alex's Red Sox.
The opener.
+10 to +4, it looks like, according to the spreadsheet. The big thing I remember with this game was I think I hit a couple home runs with Gore, Rachel, LaBlana hit one, and Jorge hit one. I thought I was gonna score a little bit more runs, but Ekman's hard to score runs.
You got 12 though. That's I mean, at least as a new guy that's coming in, I watched that first game. I was super pumped that day when you guys first started streaming, and I love that you did it at the same time. I thought that was super fun, just talking to each other. But you got some bigger. And what was it? You Canseco'd it. You got the off the head. Or was that you or Alex?
That was Alex got that. I think that was Raphael on his side hit like 3 home runs.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. 3 at bats.
And speaking of Rafael Hendricks, he is currently the National League leader in home runs. Nobody else got 3 in the National League.
Yeah, plus he maxed out on OPS and 3 at bats. 3 for 3 with 3 dingers. All solo shots, huh?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a fun simul stream to kick off the season.
So does that happen as a new person? Does that happen more often than not? I've only noticed you two did that at the start. I haven't seen one since. And obviously, my brother and I would do it, but obviously for the match of the week, we couldn't do the stream. So
it doesn't happen too often, but it's definitely really epic when we do get them.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand schedules are tough, obviously, but that was so props to you two. That was really fun. Loved watching that the first day.
Yeah, that's the closest you'll get to a PvP in a sense.
Yeah.
When it comes to the rBBL, as far as, that we're playing at the same time.
Yeah. PvEVP.
Something like that.
Something like that. We don't know. There's a lot of letters in there. We don't know.
I wasn't expecting to go to English class tonight.
Well, I used to teach English, so shame on me, I guess.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's neat. So yeah, we got a bunch of math teachers in the league too. So
gotta love it. I guess the Venn diagram with teachers and backyard baseball, that there's a lot of overlap there.
Yeah, I don't know how that goes.
Well, shout out to the fellow teachers out there. I'll say that.
For sure. It could be a very difficult and strenuous job for sure.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what's harder, teaching the actual material or dealing with the kids.
Yeah, as someone, yep, that is, I think it depends what grade, dealing with the kids. But what's harder, teaching the kids or drafting the kids? That's the real question.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah. You've been playing backyard baseball too much, and when you start drafting your own kids in your classroom to see what they're batting and trying to figure out how many balls this person have. For hitting, how fast, how many balls out of 10 for speed.
What's your sprint speed?
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
On a scale from 1 to Pete Wheeler, how fast are you?
Yeah. The kids just don't know nowadays.
No, they don't. Moving on to the next game, we got one of the closest games. It's not the closest game this week. We got Slim's Mariners going from +7 to a 7.2 tiebreaker multiplier for Bobby's Angels.
So that's tough with the multiplier. That's the only one that's happened so far, right?
I believe that's the only one that has a decimal by it. So, yep.
Yeah, I was curious because I remember reading the rule when I first joined and thought, oh, I wonder how often this plays out where it gets really close, and there it goes, one of the early games.
Mark McGwire had the big game for the Angels, hit 2 home runs and 5 RBIs.
Knocking him in, not letting anyone stay on base. That's awesome. I love Mark.
And Leo Wayne had the awesome pitching, not allowing a single run.
That's great, a shutout.
I remember the runs were hard to come by. Slim, it really came down to, I think it was the top of the 6th inning for Slim, and I think he had Matthew on third base with nobody out and couldn't drive him in.
Oh.
And then he might have gave up a run or something, or in the bottom of the 5th, or
that's tough.
But it was right there to be tad for Slim, and just couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, that's rough. And it was at Ekman, right? Because Bobby got the multiplier. Yeah.
5 homers for Slim, though. That's really impressive, especially at Ekman.
Yeah,
a bigger park.
2 with Chekhov. I'm still, Nate, I'm still getting used to my generics and recognizing the names and stats. So I assume Chekhov's got some power. He's got 2 there.
Yeah, Petcher has really nice power. Lubel is the Walker clone.
That's the clone, yeah. I do recognize that one.
Maya hit one. That's sometimes a little bit difficult to get. Maya doesn't have amazing power, but she can hit homers occasionally. I think it's mid to high 80s power for Maya, I believe.
Yeah, that's nice.
And Jessica Wassersauce also hit one as well.
5 different homers.
Yeah, not much else going other than the homers, but
how about 2 walks by Dante Robinson? Eating burgers and hot dogs at the plate, watching balls go by.
2 walks, yeah, that's pretty impressive.
I think, yeah, does that happen?
Most teams might not even have 2 walks.
Yeah, that jumped out at me because I was thinking that in my first 2 games, I might have had 1. I don't know.
Yeah, that might be something to track as the season progresses, if that becomes a trend.
Yeah, getting on.
Dante just likes his food.
He does. I love it. I think I was in the community when someone pointed out, or maybe I my brother and I, but he eats 2 different things in his animation, right? He's got 2 options. Is that true, or am I making this up?
No, that is correct. I think he's got sometimes he has a hamburger, or sometimes he has a hot dog.
I respect the animators for putting the effort to put both in.
I wonder if there's any trend as far as okay,
Yeah.
when one it does one and when it does the other.
He eats hot dogs until you get a hit, then he switches it. I don't know.
What if that was the case, though? How crazy would that be if there was something like that, hidden, and we just haven't found it yet?
I don't know. Then you heard it here first.
That would be amazing. I would love to see that.
Yeah, that would be.
Next, we got the Fishes against your brother and the Padres. Not the result that you or your brother probably would like to see.
No.
But Team Fish with the +28.
Insane. I think that's a what's the word? A rude awakening, or what? There's a phrase there. Welcoming to the rookies, basically, and seeing that. I didn't watch the game. I'm not sure if Chris streamed it, but that speed it was at Dirt Yards, right? That's insane, and that's something we're still getting used to. Didn't know that kind of potential was there. So hats off to the Fishes.
Yeah, the Fishes have 3 players that have 100 speed. They got Pete Wheeler, and then they got Star Moonbeam and Stuart Sullivan, who are clones of each other.
Yeah, that is wild. And Stewart got 2 home runs.
That did not leave the infield.
Didn't leave the infield is what I heard too. Yeah. What I gotta watch this team. It's that is wild.
Yeah, Chris did stream that.
Missed it. I just saw the result.
Yeah, when I was watching it, was that speed with those random bounces on dirt yards was a really good mixture of really good combination as far as optimizing your skill set as far as your roster.
Yeah, that exactly. That's definitely a learning point for my brother and I, seeing that squad drafted and then I didn't see it live in action, but seeing the result, it really shows the draft's choice.
And the other thing that happened was that Kenny got moved to catcher after
Oh no. Yeah.
10 runs, I think it was, or if it was either 5 or 10 runs, I don't remember exactly when, but at some point, Kenny got moved to catcher.
That's costly.
And if you have a tired catcher, you're going to be giving up a lot of stolen bases to most players that have, average or higher speed.
Yeah, that is.
And that's not even to be talking about when you get to the 300 speeds, they're going to steal against even the best catchers at time.
Yeah, that's unfortunate about the drafting. I think that's where the rookies come in.
Yeah, I gotta look up to see how many stolen bases. 8 stolen bases.
Yeah.
For the Fishes in this one. 3 by Stewart. Interestingly enough, Pete Wheeler did not get a single stolen base.
Too busy getting extra base hits, scoring runs quickly.
Yeah, a double did not get any singles, so that's probably why. A double, a triple, and 2 homers. The other thing that happened in this one was that I believe your brother had either had a crash or accidentally exited out or something happened.
Oh yeah.
And probably would have put up a better score if that game would have been continued.
I was watching that. He lost his big start. I think he had 5 runs before they got an out or 1 out or something. And yeah, that's rough.
It was a really, really good start. I don't remember exactly outs or how the quantity of runs there was, but I know it was really good, especially for someone's first game.
Yeah.
So that was a bummer.
Yeah, there'll be a lot more of that with him though.
Love to see it though.
I'm not looking forward to playing those Fishes. It's gonna take me to school, I think. No.
I see what you did there.
Pun intended, especially if it's at dirt yards. Yeah. With Angela, and there could be a mess coming in.
You just gotta hope that Angela doesn't go to catcher.
Yeah, no. Sheesh.
Then you might be a little bit worried, and possibly you might get 50 if that's the case.
Hey, if I can contribute to the highest run total in history, I'll be okay.
I think the high, I don't know if it's the highest overall, but I think the highest with this rule, the Lulu rule set, was last season, and that was Oops scored 71 runs in a game.
Oh my gosh, that was
with the 2003 version.
Mm-hmm.
But 71 runs, that's a lot with these rosters and defenses.
Yeah, wow. I will just say, oh my God. It's another fish pun for you there, Nate.
Yeah, keep up with the puns. I like it.
Oops did destroy me in the first 0-3 game too, so props to him as well.
Next up, we got 2 rookies, one online rookie and one was played in the online league, but this is rBBL rookie season, and I believe that's Personizel, and the Devil Rays of, I believe this, actually not the Devil Rays, the Evil Rays. I gotta get that right.
You gotta get that right. Be careful. You're listening.
Yeah. Now I have to look up the name so I don't mispronounce it, and I probably will anyway. Andrew Pays.
Sounds about right.
Sorry if I'm butchering your name.
Again, the evil rays are listening. You got to be careful.
I'm just gonna call you AP for short. There, and feel free to correct me in the Discord or about how to actually pronounce it, because I'm sorry if I'm really butchering it for you.
Speaking of butchering, I'm just kidding. But Person Nizzle had a great debut, huh?
Yeah, 16 a plus 16 is a really, really solid start.
Yeah, that's awesome. Out of the Christmas League, the Green Reds, and a Steel Stadium. 18 runs.
5 RBIs for Tanya Lesko and 2 home runs. Pablo also got a home run and a double. Pablo's a little bit controversial as far as drafting, but I know there was a trade that happened as well. Person Nizzle traded for Pablo, trying to break the Pablo curse.
I like it.
So we'll see how that goes. Online Pablo is a little bit better than rBBL Pablo, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm. I could see the shortness coming in, but I like it. I love Pablo and off to a good start.
Pablo, the OG short king.
18 runs, 25 hits, and Fabian didn't get to join the party.
What a shame.
I'll just say that and wish all the best for her. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe Fabian didn't do so hot on the 0-3 side as well.
Not too bad.
But speaking of someone that did not do too bad, got Vizzery in the Boston Royals putting up a plus 27 against Crazy Eights. Rockies putting up a solid plus 16, but not good enough this week. Plus 16 would have beaten a lot of teams this week, but that's the thing about the rBBL is that only thing that matters is the team that you're going up against. It's just like in fantasy football. Sometimes, you'll have the second best scorer of the week in your league, but you'll still lose because the person you're playing had the best score.
Yeah, that's rough, but great performances both ways. Jeez, Fishery's out here getting 11 at bats with a player, with Jane Davis. Wow.
As far as the Rockies and Crazy Eights, hit 7 home runs, 3 of Zena, 3 of Fred Benson, and 1 of Frankie Holly.
That's awesome. A couple hat tricks. Zena, Fred, 8 RBIs. Nice.
Yeah, Fred had a game right there. Zena having 3 home runs and only 3 RBIs makes it sound like that maybe a lineup reconstruction needs to happen, because you want to have runners on for Zena so Zena can drive them in.
Yep. I'm right there with you. I think that's a reminder for me to get Griffey down a little bit. I like to lead him off just so I get all his at bats, but no runners on. That hurts.
I mean, a lot of people do like the leadoff power bat, especially if you have some kind of like not so great bottom of the order, because then you could have a clean slate for your second person that's more of like the speedster.
Yeah, it's interesting strategy.
And kind of like roll over your lineup, but sometimes if what will happen if you have like bases loaded, 1 out, and then you get like an infield fly or something, and then you're kind of like stuck. Okay, what do I do here now? This my second batter can't hit it out of the infield. What am I supposed to do here? So it's kind of a give and take as far as that
learning process. I'm sure the lineups are going to change throughout the season for multiple teams. Mine's definitely changing within week 1.
Oh, for sure. That's something that fine tuning as far as which combinations work better, and might even might have a different lineup for the different teams. 1 week you might have one lineup against certain defense, and another time you have another lineup against another team. So as far as what you do, as far as when you play your game, you can change whatever you want.
That's right.
I mean, other than hacking your file to make sure you have all the big 4 on your team or something. Can't do that. But as far as changing your lineup, and you could have all the different combinations that you want.
Yeah, I'm excited to tinker.
5 home runs for Visery in their game 1. I believe you mentioned Jane Davis. Pizza Man hit 2 home runs.
The Pizza Man, yeah.
And somehow Thor got 2 hits. I don't know how that happened.
Well, check out those RBIs.
I know, right? Must have been power-ups or something. That would be my guess.
Oh, yeah.
Had to have been power-ups. Next up, we got the Expos and Martian Man returning for another season. Wasn't sure if they were going to sign up or not, but came on the last minute, sign up for the league, and then Question Monkeys Montreal Pirates taking the victory +7 to +4. Question Monkey looking to rebound off of last season, trying to make the playoffs for the first time. So that's a really good start for the Pirates as they look to get their first playoff berth in franchise history.
I could see it happening. I think they've settled nicely down into Montreal.
Question Monkey made the playoffs in the online league, so now he's got to carry that momentum and try to make it for the rBBL as well.
Yeah, I'm rooting for him. I think he can do it. And at Cement Gardens, that's fun. It's fun to play there. That's for sure.
Certainly, you have to have a certain roster for Cement Gardens, but if you have a roster that fits there, it's pretty fun to play there. But if you don't have a good roster for that field, it is miserable to play there.
It's miserable, yeah. Well, it seems to be good so far. And Martian Man's at Cement also. Yeah, there you go.
Rosanna Phelps was hitting the only home run for. Must have got down the line at Cement Gardens to hit that one.
Yeah, that's likely. And then Clanky on the other side.
Clanky hit a home run.
Yeah, yeah, 3 RBIs.
Clanky rigging stuff yet again.
As usual.
For all of you that wanted robo umps and robo strike zone, I don't know how much you're gonna like it. I mean, you've been arguing with Clanky for 20 years, so so we'll see how people argue about it when it comes to the major leagues pretty soon.
Those will be the anti-robot ump ads. They'll put a picture of Clanky on there. It said, "Do you want this robot behind the plate? Do you trust this robot?"
Now we need to make that ad.
Yeah, I think someone's got to do it.
someone's got someone that knows a lot more about video editing than I do can make that.
And robots.
Yes, and robots. I do not know that much about robots, other than Clanky.
Me neither. That's why I stayed away from Clanky. Yeah.
Next up, we got the Marlins and Loba, one of the stars of the online league, trying their hand at the rBBL as well. Barely did not have the best debut, but was able to beat the AI, and that was enough to beat the Twins. Twins also are our rookie coach. Lost that one to the AI -2. Came down to the very last inning for them, though, and Lofton did not listen to their coach. Coach wanted to do a grounder, but Kenny decided to hit a very line drive looking swing, and I think the bases were loaded and had a good rally going, but just got really unlucky at the end. So a rough start for the Twins. Next week, hopefully they can rebound and at least beat the AI. I think that'll be a good goal for the Twins. Just to you always want to make sure you can beat the computer.
Yeah, but I saw it firsthand in 0-1 too. It got real close down to 1 with my squad, letting off 7 runs. But Nate, are you saying Lofton hit one with some loft for the loss? Is that what we're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I love these the puns that you're pulling out of the air.
I just feel for. I didn't watch that happen, but I feel for it. Lofton with the loft on the hit, the unwanted loft. That's unfortunate. But hey, I'm sure Mike Madness will come back. You got It looks like he got 13 hits, so that's pretty good. Just couldn't get the runs in. Mike will be back.
Yeah, sometimes that will happen. Sometimes you just feel like it's on like extra hard mode, and you're not just getting your runs across.
Yeah.
TCA can be a little bit challenging as well, but this, next game for them will be at Park, so hopefully that will be a little bit better stadium for the Twins and Mike Bandis. Hopefully he won't be getting so mad at Lofton after next week.
There we go. Now you're in on it.
Second to last game that was on the docket for week 1 was Itanium's Giants versus Cello and the Cardinals. I was watching Itanium's game, and the Cardinals really put together a really solid AI team for Ekman. A lot of good arms, was really frustrating Itanium, and as far as putting up runs, as far as with the speedsters, and was not able to get the consistent homers with their power bats as they would like, but they barely squeaked by 3-1. I remember Visery was mentioning in the chat as far as what happened with Cello's game was they're up 5-0. It was like 5-0 or 6-0 or something. And then the AI came back and scored like 5 runs or something like that. Yeah, that's what it was. They came back and scored 5 runs off of like 2 power-ups or whatever, and it was just like extremely unlucky and painful way to lose that.
That's tough. That is heartache at the acres. That's tough.
But I was really impressed with how well that Cardinals AI defense held up. That's one thing that can be really beneficial for newer players. If you can have a really solid defense and you can hold the opponent down, it's going to be a lot easier for you to get some wins. As if you can put up 8 runs and get consistently, you're gonna, just because of how good the defense is, you might be able to win some games like that, not without having to put up a massive offensive total. And they would have won that game if it wasn't for the AI shenanigans at the end.
That's tough, but I'll have to check that out because I want to see that defense in action, since my team is pretty much the antithesis of that. So I definitely want to see that.
And I picked the Giants on the eliminator too, so I barely squeaked by on that. So I'm glad that the Giants won that one. And the last game of the week for 01 was Freak Show and the humongous Astros beating the humongous Blue Jays, battle of the humongous teams. The Blue Jays stole everyone's height, so if you were trying to figure out some height for first base or whatever, just look at the Blue Jays. They stole them all away from you. So
super fun to not realize that till the end, looking at the teams. I love it. I love the logo.
Some of those custom logos are really, really neat.
Oh yeah,
love to see all the custom logos.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Jays struggled a little bit, but putting up a plus 25 in your debut, that is a really incredible score. Pretty even distribution as far as the RBIs. Walker, Ripken, and Perry Marks all had 5 RBIs.
Yeah, incredible debut. And I know Freak Show well from the online, and have not beat Freak Show in my online career yet. He'd been squeaking them out against me ever since started playing, so I'm not surprised he got so many runs. So yeah, 25 runs, that's a tall order for the Blue Jays to get, but I love Oops's team here. So
I think I'm noticing a trend with Freak Show. Freak Show does really well and really likes TCA.
I see it. Yep.
Both online and rBBL.
Mm-hmm.
Drafted a really solid team for Tin Can Alley and was able to hit the wall a bunch and score a bunch of runs. A really solid debut for Freak Show. We'll see how that turns out for the rest of the season for him.
Was that the high score of the week? I putting you on the spot here. I don't know, but
the high score was the Fishes, I believe, of plus 20.
Oh yeah, Yeah, right.
So the Fishes put up 28, the Royals put up 27, and then it was the Astros with 25. Those are the 3 20-plus games for the 01 league. And as far as the any of the results kind of really stand out to you as far as week 1?
Week 1, I mean, yeah, you took it right out of my mouth. The Fishes was that was a big surprise, not just because it was my brother, but we just that speed on that field, on that kind of strategy. Whereas my brother and I we like I said, we draft with our heart. We like homers as well, and seeing how that doesn't always work out. So that was a big surprise to me to just see. And I'm sure that's not a one-time thing. I bet that's gonna keep happening. I was gonna say I look forward to playing the Fishes, but yeah, no, I do. Just take it easy on us. That was something.
If it makes kind of make you or your brother feel any better, I think the Fishes are gonna put up some runs against everyone.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was.
I don't think it's just gonna be specifically to the Padres roster.
Yeah, well, that's good. Well, I hope it's the one game is against me when they feel like fish out of water. That's what I'm hoping for. And one more in the tank. What did you think was the most surprising?
I think that most surprising probably was Person Izzle putting up a +16 at Cement Gardens against the Devil Rays.
And that was a debut as well, another onliner.
Yeah. Person is a really, really solid player, but, transitioning from online to, versus, the season mode is kind of, sometimes is a little bit tricky. And to put up that score against the Devil Rays team, that was really impressive to me. I wasn't the other one was Freak Show putting up 25 in their debut, but I knew based on the roster and how well Freak Show did against human players at TCA. So I was like, okay, if you can translate, this could be a really solid team, especially for the home games, and that's what happened. But Person will impress me just a little bit more.
Yeah.
So that would be my my coach of the week if I were to pick one.
Well, I'm glad you assigned the coach of the week to my matchup of the week for week 2. So that's given me some real confidence going into my next game this week against the Green Reds.
Yeah. So what do you think is going to happen in that matchup?
We'll see. Well, we're both Steel Stadium boys, so I think I'm feeling a little better. I can put up a bunch of runs, but I'm nervous about how many Personizzle will put up against my squad. We'll have to see. But either way, respect a fellow Christmas. The Green Reds helped inspire the Polar Bears. The rivalry is friendly. Just maybe week 2, I'll put some coal in his stocking. That's the best one I had. I had a few seconds to think of one. That's all I got.
Yeah, I did pick the Cubs to win this one. I mean, actually, no, I didn't.
You. I don't think, man.
I think I picked the Reds. No, I picked the Reds.
Oh wow! Thanks for building that up and shooting it down.
I actually don't remember. I know Person already has played,
and I'll be playing later this week, so we'll see.
I think it was because of the +16 got in my head.
I mean that's pretty big, yeah.
So, but I mean, I would not be surprised if you beat them.
Well, thanks. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
You definitely have the roster and the skill to put up put up 20 points at TCA some games.
Well, I'll say it right here. If Ernie Steele puts up a MVP Ernie Steele performance, I'll take the game.
You heard it here first. So it looks like there's some other games that have not been from week 2 that have not been finalized at this point. We got Bombers going against Bobby and the Angels at Ekman. Both of these coaches play at Ekman. The Bombers had a little bit of a struggle in their first game. I think they'll do a little bit better, but I think the Angels are going to take that one. I think it's still going to be low scoring since Ekman, but I think it might be like a kind of like a 10-6 or 10-7 kind of, kind of like a 3-run margin or something around there for that one. But it's pretty low scoring for both teams.
Sounds about right. Just get a couple homers out of Big Mac.
Yeah, and then maybe for some motivation for Big Mac, maybe Bobby had a couple Big Macs today or yesterday for Fat Tuesday. I love that name.
I could see it. It is. I know it is good.
Everyone that make their cheat day.
Yeah.
We got Wizard versus my Braves. This one most likely will be a simul stream. So I know you mentioned that you want to see more. So
all right.
So you might get your wish again. I don't know exactly when I'll to message Wiz and get that installed, but I think it's gonna be I think it's either gonna be tomorrow night. I mean, we're recording as you're recording this. So I think it'll be either Wednesday sometime or Thursday sometime that we're gonna try to do it. So simul streams are always fun, and me and Wiz had a great time doing the 03 preview podcast. So this should be a lot of fun as well.
I'll be.
I actually think the this one's gonna be really really close because it's at Steele. We'll really have to see how Gore and Rachel see how many home runs they can put up. They're gonna have to pull their weights in order to beat the Mets. I know the Mets only got +5 at Steele against you, so if they get the same score, I think I can pull off the victory. But we'll see. I don't have the as drastic offense like Personizzle and you do for Steele.
Well, yeah, I'll be, and hats off to you, Wizard, but I'll be rooting for you, Nate, because after his team got 7 runs against me at Steele, so get some revenge for me.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that Dom pulls his Ace Wilson stuff against the Mets.
There we go.
I really have no clue how that's gonna go, but it's probably gonna turn out to be like both teams are gonna put up double digits, and it's probably just gonna be whoever can score them more. I mean, obviously that's what really matters, who can score them more, but it's gonna be. I think both teams are gonna put up 10+, and it's just gonna depend on can anyone get into the 15+ or 20+ range.
Looking forward to that.
Then we got the Red Sox against the Fishes. Fishes at Dirt Yards.
That's enough right there. Apparently, after one game.
I don't know what's going to happen, but I have this circled as a 50 alert for the Fishes. I think the based off of the Red Sox roster and getting a tired catcher as well. I know when I played the Red Sox, I was able to get Kurt. Kurt went to catcher.
Oh yeah.
And if that happens against the Fishes' speed, Fishes are going to be in for they're going to be moving along really swimmingly.
There we go. Love it.
What do you think is going to happen in your brother's next game against the Monsters?
Oh well, I'm going for my brother here. I think he's gonna have a big game. As much as I love the green, the Green Monsters, and it should be fun though to have little Tony Gwynn playing against the Padres.
Both teams,
but I think
home field is playground commons, so both teams are might have been built for this stadium supposedly. So it'll be really interesting who can win the battle of playground commons.
They'll both be comfortable, but I think the little pods will come out swinging. We'll see.
Yeah, after with all the having to do the reefs and everything, I'm hoping that the Padres can put up a double digit outing in this one.
Yeah.
I think if the Padres can put up 15, I think they'll win this one. That's my prediction as far as this one.
They can do it. They can do it.
Next game, we got an old rivalry going back to the Stone Ages of the rBBL in Season 1. We got Slim versus Crazy Eights.
This is storied, huh? This is where the newbie like me doesn't know the history, doesn't appreciate the matchup.
Slim, for those of you that don't know, was the inaugural champion of the rBBL.
Wow.
Way back in Season 1. But I do think the Rockies are going to take this one. I think the Rockies just are going to be able to put up some more runs than the Mariners are. Mariners, I mean, the Rockies put up a plus 16, so
That's big.
That stood out to me. So, I think the Rockies are going to be able to put up some runs, and that's what's going to be the difference in that one. Next, we got the Lobos Marlins against the Expos of Martian Man. I think Lobo is going to bounce back, and Lobo's going to put up a really nasty score in this one. I don't think this one's going to be close. I know that there was in Game 1, Lobo didn't put up the score that he wanted to. I think this one's going to be. I think Lobo might put up like a plus 20 in this one. So what do you think about Lobo in Game 2?
I like Loba's team a lot. Got Jose at Tin Canseco Alley, and I love the power of Mikey Thomas too. There's some speed there. I haven't played Loba actually in the online, but I know Loba is a champ there and really well. So I think you're right. Comfortable at home and ready to come back strong in Game 2.
Now I don't know if Control F did anything in the last or affected anything, but maybe a little bit less Control F. I don't know how that affects anything, but if you can score with Control F, then go ahead and prove me wrong.
Is that did Loba do a bunch of that?
Yeah.
My brother's a fan of it too. It gets a groove going.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not an expert on. I've never done it before personally myself. If it works for you, great. But I can imagine if you do it a little bit too much, it might throw off your timing, possibly.
Yeah, I'm nervous to start doing it.
So I think there's kind of like there's a line where you want it to speed up some of the kind of like the slow animations or whatever, like Nomar's batting.
Yeah, well, that's the main purpose, actually.
Yeah. But if you leave it on while it's pitching, and you make a slow ball turn into a fireball speed, then
yeah, that could throw you off.
Then we got the Pirates going to the Giants. There was some trash talk going on. Pirates calling that the Giants were not as humongous as they are.
They claim to be.
They claim to be. Pirates actually have a taller height than the Giants do, and they're claimed to be humongous.
Yeah, and then there was a good, really nifty, savvy call out with Bonds leaving the Pirates for the Giants, just like in real life.
Yeah, so we'll see once the dust settles, how this all turns out. Who's going to turn out on top? I believe this game is at Parks as well, so both coaches should be able to put up some runs. We'll end up seeing how this one turns out. I mean, both coaches only Giants only put up 3, and the Pirates only put up 7. So both coaches looking up to bounce back a little bit, even though they both caught wins. So this is probably a really even matchup. This might be one of the hardest ones to predict, honestly, for this season. I mean, for this week. Could see it going either way.
I'm excited. I think my choice will be whoever has the next line of trash talk in the Discord. I think that'll seal it for me. Been good so far.
Whoever has the best trash talk will win. Yeah. I like it.
Yep.
Next up, we got the Astros versus the Twins. Another game at Parks. I do think that the Astros are going to take this one, just based off of how good that offense is. And I think that, I don't know if the Astros will put up as many runs, but I think they'll be able they'll be able to put up double digits, and that should be enough against the Twins. I do think that the Twins will win their matchup as far as against the AI, and the Twins will do a lot better than they did in their first matchup.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Twins will come back after that for sure, and I think Lofton will show up, but Freak Show's looking pretty strong.
You could see like a 15-7 game as far as That's kind of what I'm looking at as far as that. But I think that the Twins put up a solid bounce back score.
A good fight.
To hold their head high.
Yeah, Freak Show, if you could just do one thing for me in this game, just hit a dinger with Frank Thomas, will you? Or I'll take a hit.
Well, I guess he has to have Frank Thomas didn't take his Nugenics yet, I guess.
Yeah, seriously. 30 hits or 29 hits on the team, but 0 for Frank that first game.
Yeah, Frank forgot to take his Nugenics before game 1. So we'll see if Freak Show reminds Frank to take that before game 2 or not.
Yeah. It's an important pregame ritual.
Then the last game that has not been then finalized was the Cardinals against the Devil Rays. This is going to be another close one. Both rookie coaches. Someone's going to get their first rBBL win. Really exciting to see that.
That is exciting. Yeah, that's a tough pick. Is that cement? I like that. We'll see if that defense.
Yeah, I really don't know who's going to win. I think I would maybe... Who did I pick? Let's see if I can go check that real quick. Yeah, it wasn't on... Yeah, I don't really know who's going to win that one. That one's a tough one. Other than the crazy AI kind of mess up or whatever, with both teams kind of scored about the same amount of runs. So that one might be kind of flip a coin. That one's tough.
Yeah, I would go with the home team just as a coin flip, and something to
get the multiplier.
Yeah, but
that's probably what I would go with as well, just because it's the home team and they're more built for cement versus grass.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably would go with the Devil Rays or the Evil Rays. My apologies.
Oh, you did it again.
I gotta check something real quick. Let's see. The Cardinals, AL East. Nope. The Cardinals do not have Perry the Platypus Marks on their team. So I think that's gonna they do not have
that'll do it.
I think that's the Devil Rays are gonna sneak by in this one. But would not be surprised if the Cardinals won that one. And that does it for week 2. Matthew, is there anything else that you wanted to share before we wrap this up?
Looking forward to watching the games. I hope there's some more simul streams and catching them. And Person Izzle, I'm coming for you week 2. Polar Bears are ready to ice you out. Other than that, I hope everyone has fun. Thanks for having me, Nate. That was a blast. Super fun to go through all the games, and I hope I'm going to catch more this week than last week, because it seemed like a lot of fun ones, and really excited about the rest of the season.
Yeah, we got 2 leagues, so double the fun, double the matches to watch. And speaking of matches, look forward to the match of the week, which is going to feature you versus your brother in the 03 league. So really excited and looking forward to that matchup as well.
First brotherly matchup of the season. More to come, and just got to remember who's the Cubs and who's the Padres each time.
Yeah, we'll see how many times everyone gets mixed up and who's who, whatever.
Yep.
Just remember, if the team has Griffey, it's Matt's team.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That
just look for Griffey. There you go. There's the secret. Look for Griffey.
It's 100% effective, actually.
Well, thanks again for coming on. I think that's gonna do it all for us, and for the rBBL and Backyard Sportscenter teams. And I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the games, and should be recording the next episode that I'll be recording should be with Shrewsbury, going over week 1 from the 2003 league. So look forward to that as well. So until next time, see you guys later.